Welcome to a video about personalization in lead generation. Lead generation is the process of attracting potential customers and capturing their interest in a product or service that you offer. It helps businesses build relationships with leads, guiding them towards becoming loyal customers. And one way to make your lead generation simply better is through personalization. The topic of personalization in marketing and sales is increasingly important, as customers expect experiences that align with their unique preferences and needs. Ultimately, what it does is that it helps build stronger customer relationships, which ultimately drives higher conversion rates. So basically, personalization can significantly improve lead generation efforts, and in this video, we will dive into how exactly to do this in order to help you qualify and convert more and better leads. First, to get started, let's specifically define what personalization is. Personalization entails tailoring messages, content, and offerings to individual prospects based on their behavior, interests, and preferences, as personalized messages simply resonate more, leading to higher engagement rates. By doing this, you also build trust and loyalty, which are crucial for getting your leads further into your sales funnel, as leads that receive relevant content are more likely to trust your brand and convert. Lastly, it is more efficient. Personalization helps you qualify leads faster by delivering relevant offers and information to the right people at the right time. Here are a few key areas where personalization specifically helps positively impact lead generation. It's through calculators, product recommendations, interactive quizzes, sales funnels, feedback surveys, and much more. Let me actually now dive into Involve Me and show you how a personalized product recommendation funnel could look like. So before we take a look under the hood on how a recommendation lead funnel could look like, let me first run you through one. So this is a Find Your Perfect Hiking Shoes quiz, and I'm gonna start the quiz. Please pick your gender. I'm gonna say male. Next. What is your preferred hiking terrain? Rugged and steep terrain. Next. Do you need ankle support? Yes. Next. Do you have any specific foot conditions or preferences? I'm gonna say I have flat feet, submit, and now we are looking for the best pair. And now I am essentially experiencing the sunk cost fallacy where I've put in my time and the only thing I need to do to get my results after already clicking through the funnel is to input my contact details, so I'm much more likely to do this as opposed to if I was asked to do this at the very start before I could even start filling in the interactive lead funnel. I'm gonna agree to the processing of personal data and see my results. And I get the shoes Peak Explorer X, and then I can actually click this button and I will be taken to a store where I could buy the shoe directly. So what we're doing here is that we're working with an answer-based outcome funnel. Inside of the answer-based outcome funnel, each of these shoes are connected to some answers. So based on the answers I choose, a score is calculated or a value is calculated. And based on my answers, I will get assigned the shoe which I've scored the most points in. So for example, I'm gonna click on this text choice element, and by scrolling lower, you can see that each of these answers is connected to some sort of an outcome with some sort of a value. For example, if I were to pick male, I get assigned 1 point towards the Peak Explorer X outcome. If I would click female, I would get 1 point towards this outcome, and so on. And this is the case for each and every single one of these elements. So for example, if I go to the drop-down element on the 5th page and scroll over again, I can see that once again, the drop-down options are each connected to some sort of an outcome. And then the points I accumulate towards my outcome get counted at the very end, and the outcome with the most points is the one that gets ultimately selected and shown to the lead. Now, the way that this answer-based outcome funnel is set up is that each of the answers holds the same weight. However, what you could also do is enable individual score calculation right here, and then you could even change the weight of each of the answers. So let's say if somebody chooses male, I would like this to have the weight of 4, for example. Arbitrary number, can be whatever you need for your custom calculations. Or for example, if I say that, okay, like this shoe is not fit for guys at all, I could even assign a negative value to the mapped outcome. Another thing that you can make use of when it comes to personalization is conditional logic. So for example, I have the question here of, do you need ankle support for your hiking shoes? And then I would want to have another question of, do you have a medical condition that needs ankle support? But of course, if somebody does not need ankle support, I do not want this to be seen by everybody, because what's the point? So what I could actually do is click on this element and then go to conditional logic. So I could show the element when we are on page 4. So I'm gonna wanna show this when the answer equals yes, and I'm gonna hit save. And then if I go to test the funnel one more time, and I click on yes, the conditional element appears. But then again, if I click on no, it disappears. So this element only appears once the conditional logic in the first element is triggered, enabling further personalization. Another feature that you can make use of for personalization is answer piping. So for example, I am here on the final page, and I would like to address my lead by their name that they have inputted inside of the contact form. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the heading element right here, and then I'm going to click on plus answers and data, scroll until I find my contact form and first name. So I'm gonna click on first name, and I'm gonna say, congratulations, first name, we have found the best shoe for you. And then the text continues. So let me actually show you how this would look like. So as you can see, I've put in that my first name is Peter, and then when I click see results, I get the message of congratulations, Peter, we have found the best shoe for you, making the whole lead funnel personalized to me. Another tool that you can use for personalization are logic jumps. So once again, if I click on this text choice element, I can go on the right side to click behavior. I can click on the drop-down menu and then click on logic jump, answer links to a specific page. Let's say that if somebody says that they do need ankle support for their hiking shoes, they would be taken to page 4. And if somebody says that they do not need hiking shoes, they would be taken to page 5. So what this would mean is somebody would click, yes, I do want hiking shoes, and then they would be taken to this page that says, what is your preferred hiking terrain? But let's say if somebody does not need ankle support, then we don't care what their preferred hiking terrain is, and they can skip directly to page 4 if they have any specific foot conditions. Once again, let me demonstrate how this would look like. So if I now click on yes, I get taken to what is my preferred hiking terrain. But if I click on no, that whole page gets skipped and I continue through the funnel because I did not need to go to that page. And of course, you could use this in a myriad of different ways. This is just one of the ways how you could apply conditional logic within your funnels. Lastly, you could really supercharge your personalization by using the AI-generated text element. By dragging and dropping it wherever you want, you could give the AI a prompt. And once again, you could actually, for this prompt, use the answers and data that you've collected in your lead funnel previously. For example, I could start by collecting, once again, the first name. So I'm gonna say, tell first name that this shoe will be particularly helpful on their, and I actually piped in this answer, what is their preferred hiking terrain? So this would be then personally tailored to the terrain that they actually choose, and tell them how it would be helpful in these conditions. So the lead gets a personalized message about the choices that they've made in your interactive lead funnel, further engaging them and pushing them deeper down in the sales funnel. So as you can see, it addresses me by my name and then provides insights for rugged and steep terrain, which is what I selected in the funnel. And it gives me specific advantages of the shoe given the choices that I've made in the interactive lead funnel. And I think that you can see how this would make somebody more likely to actually make the purchase decision. So one last thing I want to show you is that you can embed your funnel. So for example, I could embed it as a pop-up, and here I could customize it. So for example, I would, on the page load, launch the pop-up, and then I would want the pop-up to medium, that's fine. I would want to close it upon completion and stop showing it once it's completed. If I click here, I could see how the pop-up would look like, and then I could actually click through it and see how a user would interact with it, exactly giving me real-time feedback of how the pop-up would look like. And as you can see, this is exactly what we just went through, but you could see how it would look like for your leads to complete this. And you could do the same for each of the options. So for example, having a side panel, or even having a chat button if that is what you need. You could also test this on multiple devices. So for example, how a full pager would look like on a phone or even a tablet. And then once you're happy with what you have, you simply get the embed code and you copy it and paste it wherever you need to. Or you could also download the HTML file. So with this demonstration, you hopefully have a pretty good idea of some of the personalization options that you could have to improve your lead generation by engaging your leads and building trust in the process. And now let's get back to the main video. Personalization in lead generation enhances customer engagement and conversion rates by delivering relevant, tailored content that meets individual needs and builds stronger connections. This is exactly what our interactive lead funnel builder Involve Me can help you achieve, requiring no coding and no design experience in the process. So it's time to make your lead generation personalized. And good luck getting involved.